So we had talked about the properties of electric charge, and in the properties of electric charge we came across one such property of charges where we learned that if I have like charges, a negative charge and a negative charge, then they are going to repel each other. Okay, a negative charge and a negative charge, or a positive charge and a positive charge, they are going to repel each other. And when I have a positive charge and a negative charge, they attract each other. So in this case we are coming across a particular thing which is still unknown, okay, or it is known in physical way, but we need to come out with one particular equation in order to define this particular interaction between two charges. Okay, that is, for example, the definition of force. You push or pull is the definition of force. When something is attracting or something is repulsing, then that becomes a force. That is, a force is being applied, a force has come into play between two objects. Okay, now in this case this is repulsion. These two charges are pushing themselves each other away from each other, and these two again they are pushing away each other, and these two like charges, they are pulling each other close to each other. Hence there has to be a force present in between them such that the repulsion and the attraction is taking place. And that particular force was defined by one particular scientist whose name was Coulomb. And this particular law is based on his name, Coulomb's law, where he defines that particular force between the two charges where the interaction is taking place. Where the statement of the particular law states that the electrostatic force between 2 point charges is directly proportional. Okay, that is, the force that is happening out here in between these charges is directly proportional to the magnitude of these two charges, Q1 and Q2. Also, the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is, from this point to this point, it is inversely proportional. That means if you increase the distance from this point to this point, and if I increase this distance from this point, suppose till here, now the Q2 is here, so R has increased, so R becomes more, and when R becomes more, the force decreases. If I increase Q1 and Q2, the force increases, and when I increase R, the force decreases, because F is directly proportional to the two charges and F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between these two charges. Remember, the electrostatic force, just like the force of gravity, where gravity, the force was equal to the gravitational constant G, m1 mass of body 1, m2 mass of body 2, divided by r square, where r square was the distance between the two bodies. So in that particular case, I'm talking about this particular formula. F is equal to G m1 m2 divided by r square. You see the similarity, this r square, okay, where this F was also proportional, inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two bodies. Here it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between these two charges. Okay, now this is what is known as inverse square law. You can get a particular question in multiple choice that the electrostatic force and the gravitational force, they follow one particular common law. What is that law? That law is inverse square law. Okay, and then out here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, this epsilon naught defines permittivity of free space. Okay, this k is the constant proportionality, where k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, the value of this entirely is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. This is not minus. Okay, this represents that the Newton and the meter, this both SI units are on the numerator. So Newton meter square per Coulomb square. And permittivity, this epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. The value is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. This is not minus. Okay, both are in denominator, hence I am writing Newton meter square. Epsilon is the absolute permittivity of the medium. Epsilon divided by epsilon naught is given as epsilon suffix r, which is also known as relative permittivity of the medium. This epsilon divided by epsilon naught, this symbol epsilon r, is also known as dielectric constant. I am going to tell you what is permittivity and why knowing permittivity is so important in order to understand interaction between these two particular charges.